Oh, that's a
Here he
nice
comes.
fish. Okay. Carefully said, shaking. You know what? That is a nice walleye.
That's an 8-pound fish, easy.
Gorgeous.
Easy 8-pound
Beautiful
fish.
belly.
Hey.
That's good. Look at that. What a gorgeous Quinte walleye.
Let's go fishing. People, when you're in the mood, let's go fishing. Well, it's just me and you. Head on down to the fishing hole. Grab your hat, get your pole. Let's go fishing. When you're in the mood.
Canadian Sport Fishing is brought to you by Rapala, premium fishing gear crafted from experience. Yamaha Outboards, reliability starts here. Sail, the outdoors superstore. Fisher Girl, catch the passion.
I got a small fish on. I don't know if it's a jumbo perch or another eating size walleye. You know, we're using some pretty serious gear. Some of the newest stuff that's out from Rapala is the R-type ice fishing combos. You know what? It's just a nice eating size. And he's got that spoon in his mouth really well. Now look at this. A lot of you might think that the size of the spoon I'm using is too large. This is called a Moor-Silda spoon, and it's made by Rapala. And they introduced it about a year ago, and I had the chance to pre-fish with it in open water, and it worked really well in the fall for big walleye. Now I'm going to very carefully put my finger in there, because you know walleyes have pretty big teeth. And I drilled it with this bait casting outfit. This fish wasn't going to get off because they're nice and stiff. Look at that. That's about a nice 15-inch walleye, perfect eating size. You know, some of the fish we got yesterday were up to about 10 pounds. So it's nice to see these younger fish moving through. So I'm just going to put him back in. Okay, Mulligan, look, you're going to say goodbye to it. It's going to take off. There it goes. I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of the most popular jigging spoons that you can use when you come out here on the Bay of Quinte. Right now we're fishing in about 25 feet of water, and we've got a little bit of current because the Bay of Quinte has quite a bit of current moving through it. But what I've got here are two pretty large size spoons. The one in my right hand, the Moor-Silda, is 27 grams. So it's kind of neat because, you know, these things come probably from Scandinavia, maybe Finland. So they've got the metric stamped right on. This particular one that I've got here in my left hand on the rod ready to go is one of the new additions to Rapala, and it's called the Little Fin. And you can see that it's got glow-in-the-dark tape on one side, and then on the other side, it's got the red orangey spots on that gold background. Now what I've done for both of these spoons is gone to a little bit larger treble. So they come with a treble that's designed for all-round fish. You know, you might be getting some trout with them, maybe some whitefish, even jumbo perch. But because some of the large walleyes here on the Bay of Quinte can be over 10 pounds, I like the idea of having a larger size treble. So this is a #1 treble hook, and it's just a standard shaft length. And you can see that I've oversized them on both lures. And that's how I like to hook my minnows when I'm vertical jigging for the walleye. So I actually have two of the hooks through the side of the minnow. And even though this guy's frozen, it won't matter because as soon as I drop it in the hole, it'll thaw probably within 3 minutes. And then a walleye is likely to hit it. I'm going to lower the spoon in the hole just so you can see why I hooked the minnow like that. See that the minnow's actually sitting horizontally, and because the hook is in the middle of the body, when a walleye comes up to it, you know, 20, 30 feet down, they just tend to nail it.
Xmark, you find fish, catch of the day.
Hello?
Hello, Anthony. I'm looking at your picture. My pop's 20-pounder. I love the tagline. You uploaded it to our You Find Fish Catch of the Day?
Yes, I did. We had gotten to the Humber up in Woodbridge and finally got into one. It hooked onto us and it just gave us for a ride. We fought that one for about 10, 15 minutes, jumping up and down, running up and down rivers, we pulled that one in, and then maybe 10 minutes later, I hooked into one myself, and that was just, we caught another one. I've always been trying to find apps on my phone that do exactly what these fish does. It shows me good fishing areas to go and experience new lakes with the one that was my boat. And then I was going through and I think people uploading their fish, said, why not upload some of mine, just share the experience like everybody else does.
All right, Brad. Now this is amazing because you know we've got such light skies. Oh, is it frozen up? Oh man!
It's all right. We'll hand bomb.
Here, go ahead. Nice and easy. Oh, good one. You know what? That's not a bad walleye to start off with.
No.
Now, did you see any other fish coming in?
I've had 3 come in so far.
Okay, good. This is Brad Pound. Brad gave us a hand this morning and he was out last night. Now don't get spine, but hold him up because we got this nice golden sun, almost like in the evening.
It's a nice dark one.
That's actually an eater size, right?
It is. I like them actually about a little bit smaller than that, but that one's not too bad.
Okay. Well, if you're not going to keep him, we might as well put him back in the water.
Back? Okay.
Yeah, sure. Well done.
There we go.
Now, how many fish have you marked? Because I haven't marked any over there.
I marked one as soon as I sat down.
Yeah.
And I've marked 4, including that one. I had 3 in the last 10 minutes come in and they just nip and grab the minnow. And I double hook it, but they still get it off somehow.
Yeah, I double hook it too.
And this one came in, he was really aggressive. He came right up and grabbed
Good.
it. So.
Well, I notice you're using a pretty fast dropping spoon. The spoons that I've got here, you know, and they work really well on the bay. 2 are spoons, and one is actually, it's a crankbait, and it's a clacking wrap, and I'm going to talk about it in a minute. Now, the spoon that Brad's using is pretty fast dropping, and it's very similar to this more Silda that's made by Rapala. So the idea is that actually you're not getting a lot of flash from the spoon. You're using it more to deliver the minnow down near the bottom. So you jig it pretty long strokes until you get a fish coming in. When you see a fish, like on the Hummingbird 55,
There's one there right now.
then you start working it. Okay, great, quick, get a minnow on while I'm talking and drop it down. That's awesome. I think we better trade holes later. So this spoon drops really fast because you can see it's pretty thick and narrow. The other spoon that's right here in my left hand is called a Lucky Strike Rocket. And it's got the same kind of configuration. You can see that it's long and thin. That's why it's called a rocket, but it's much thinner. So it has more of a fluttering action. So on days when the fish aren't attracted to a fast dropping spoon, it's really good to use one that's dropping slower and that has more flash. And then lastly, this is the clacking wrap, which is really a crankbait, but it's a sinking crankbait, and it has a cylinder in here. And if I actually, you should be able to hear the clacking. It's not a rattle. It's just one piece of metal that goes back and forth. And because it's sinking, you can let this drop to the bottom and gently jig it. If you jig it too sharp, it can come around and the hooks can catch the main line. So you don't want to do that. Now, have you caught many fish on it this year?
I started using it at the start of the season, and I've probably caught 15% of my fish on it this year.
Good. Because I know a lot of guys have actually used this and jigged it pretty hard. And when a fish comes in, they'll pull it out, and then they'll drop down a spoon and a minnow.
Yep, and I've actually caught them right on it. I usually bring it up and just tease them a bit with it, and they either grab it or they don't.
Yeah,
but I've had my best luck after the main bite is quit,
Right.
and that's
Well,
when
it's probably because of that clacking, you know,
Yep.
because it actually draws them from a distance.
Okay, little fishy.
Ed, this is awesome.
Come to Papa.
Now, this is Ed Martin. Ed was fishing with me up for herring last week, and the fishing was a little slow, right? Not like getting these big walleye.
Hey, this one's making up for it.
Now, you better go slow if it's a big one when it comes close to the hole. I think you're doing okay, gentle. I don't have to coach you. You've caught lots of fish through the ice, right? Because you've lived up north, right?
Oh, you got it.
Oh, that's a
Here he
nice
comes.
fish. Okay. Carefully said, shaking. If you can just
Come
wait,
on,
go
fishy.
slow, go slow. How heavy is this line, Ed?
10 pounds.
Okay. You know what? That is a nice walleye.
Hey,
And he
that's
grabbed
okay.
that spoon. Look at that. Ed, high five.
Hey,
That's good. Look at that. What a gorgeous Quinte walleye.
that's
I
beautiful.
bet you that fish will go about 8 or 9 pounds, maybe bigger. And
Looks
he
good.
engulfed your spoon. Now, do you have pliers in that box that's over there?
I do right here.
Okay, let me see if I can get him here. No, I like this. Look at Ed's outfit here. He brought his whole tackle box. Now, where are the pliers?
Right below the the net.
Down here, okay.
That's what it should
This
be.
is good. See, normally we got these satchels, eh? Below the net.
Be that below the.
Below the Rapala
Oh, man.
knife. And the
Yeah.
other, you probably get a lot of fish. There's 2 Rapala knives.
Yeah. Oh,
And-
it's
oh,
gotta
this
be-
thing you mean?
No, it's just.
Well, you know
another-
what? This will work. Here.
There's another one down
The
there.
duck bill. Yeah, man, did he hit hard?
Yeah.
He must have.
Yeah,
Okay.
he has hurt.
There. Look at that.
Okay.
Now, have you caught walleye bigger than this?
No,
Ed?
not myself.
That's a
no.
beautiful fish. You know
That's
what?
a good one.
And is this your first time on the Bay of Quinte?
It is.
Isn't
yes.
this amazing?
It's beautiful.
Just if it was about 20 degrees warmer, should we tell the viewers it's minus 20?
Well,
That's what it
yeah,
is.
sure. Minus 20 is good.
You know what?
Good for
Why
the
don't you
job,
hold
but-
it for a picture?
Like I say, it's better than sleeping by the fireplace.
Okay, I agree. Here, I'll hold your
Yeah.
glove and your rod and smile. If there's anything you want to tell your wife, did you tell her you're going to bring any fish home?
I promised her a fish.
Well, guess what? You
There
can
we go.
call her on the cell phone and tell her to get the frying pan ready. I think that's enough for you and her, at least one meal, right?
It will be for sure. Yeah.
What a nice walleye.
Fisher girl! Catch the passion!
When choosing your child's next fishing outfit, an excellent choice is the Tadpole by Fisher Girl. It's an excellent quality rod and reel. It has the light up lights on it.
I
which
can
is
see that.
nice.
It's nice and sparkly.
Similar to the ladies' version of the Joel, which is nice. The child can have the matching rod as their mother. Has the little locking tab at the back. Same. Another great feature is this rod comes with a plug, which is basically a lure without hooks. Which is an excellent idea for small children. You can put it on there, shows them the concept of how to cast. They get the feel for it, yet they don't endanger themselves of getting hooked or hooking others.
That's perfect. You know what? To me, this is really a miniature fishing outfit because you can see how short the rod is, but it has all the elements of an outfit that adults might use. And it includes a really nice drag. I like it. It's a really neat kit.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Naden Boats, Canada's finest aluminum boats.
If you're a fisherman like me, you probably like to fish in all kinds of weather, whether it's pouring rain or it's minus 20 Celsius out. To do that effectively, you should have the right clothes on. And what I've got on here is one of the new suits from Rapala. It's part of their Pro Wear series. And you can see that it's made up of a bib and also a jacket with a hood. Now, let me take you through the features because this is an awesome suit to wear ice fishing or when it's raining or even just cool out and you want to stay nice and warm. The first thing you'll notice is that it has reinforced knees and elbows. Because a lot of times you're doing stuff where you're going to be kneeling down, especially on the ice, and it could be wet, so it's going to keep you dry. The other thing I like is the flares in the leggings. So there's actually a zipper so that you can put your suit on even when you have your winter boots on or rubber boots. The other thing that I like is all the pockets for storage. I usually walk around on the ice and I like to have a lot of my jigs and lures, sometimes even some minnows in a plastic bag. So there's pockets on the bibs and also pockets on the jacket. A really nice feature is that you can adjust the cuffs with this nice Velcro system, and you can see that the top part of the Velcro that has teeth is very narrow and short. One thing that really bothers me is if you have Velcro and you're trying to fish and your lines sometimes get caught, if there's anything overhanging, that won't happen here. So you can adjust it just right. The other thing that's really nice, the suit comes with waterproof zippers, or what they call all-weather zippers. So you can see here that you can't even see the actual zipper, but if I open it up, you can see the little teeth. So that keeps the water out and keeps the wind. And one really nice feature for those of us that have smartphones is this smartphone compartment right here with an all-weather zipper. So you slide your smartphone in, and the plastic is such that you can actually touch it, and it's heat sensitive. So you can respond to texts or emails even when you're fishing, and your phone is protected from the weather and you won't drop it down your ice hole. So I would encourage you to keep fishing even when the weather gets lousy and cold, but be dressed properly and you'll catch more fish. Richard, this is, I don't know what
did
it
you
is.
duke another one?
You know, same hole. You know what the strange thing is, though? I'm watching that sonar just like you. There was no mark. just he did. I didn't.
Awesome.
He
That
came
means
in
you-
so fast.
That means this fish is aggressive.
Okay.
Oh.
Let me get another good one. Oh, there he is.
Nice
right there.
one.
He's caught up. You can grab him there. Definitely helps to have a second person. Look
Look at that. Look at that. That's an 8-pound fish. Easy.
Gorgeous.
Easy 8-pound
Beautiful
fish.
belly.
Are you ever getting a good hook set on these fish?
Well, it's with the big trebles. That tip that you gave me. So they're hooked, one hook, but this guy came in and, like I said, almost pulled my arm right down. Come on, there, got that hook out. Aren't
That's
they
another
gorgeous?
beautiful fish, right?
Amazing.
That's probably 8 pounds, another female.
How old do you think a fish like that is?
I would say that fish there has to be anywhere from 10 to 11 years old.
Wow.
Myself personally, which is actually is a pretty good growing rate.
Yeah, yeah.
But that fish there, like I say, is that's a nice mature fish. It's probably going to live for another 5 or 6 years.
Good. Get even bigger.
Get even bigger, and
You know, this has to be one of the best fisheries for walleye in North America. I don't know any place else you can come down. Like we've been out a day, really, since this morning, and to get big fish like this.
yeah, we've done well actually. We're not doing too bad. Like I say, I've not had a good day, but that's okay. That's okay.
I can't complain.
can live with that.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's nice to see that for myself to get my butt kicked once in a while.
But it's not over yet.
It's not
But
over
This
with
is
yet.
amazing.
Would you like me to let her go now?
Yes, yes. Wow. Such gorgeous animals. And I think you're going to get a wave again. I can see it. I can see that power coming there, just like a mermaid. Come on.
There she goes.
Beautiful.
Another one
Okay,
gone.
I'll get slimed. Have you been marking any there?
I have marked probably 25 fish today, and I still have not got a bite.
You know what?
I am using the same spoon that you're
Yeah,
using,
yeah.
and I still have not got
The
a bite.
funny thing is that, you know, I'm not marking a lot of fish. I'm the opposite, but they're hitting, and that guy didn't even mark. So he was so fast. Even when he hit, I didn't mark him. So he came in so fast, he just took that spoon right away from the sonar. From your experience of fishing out here, has the fishing remained good? Is it
Yes,
getting tougher? Because a lot more guys are fishing.
I don't say, like, there's a lot of guys fishing, but no, I don't find the fishing getting tougher. Actually, the last 3 years, I've noticed that we have a bumper crop of fish coming up. We've got some really good year classes coming up, which is good to see. We have a lot of fish that are in the 5 to 7 pound, 8 pound range, which are nice to see because in another 4 years, 5 years, they're going to be 10 to 12,
Big ones.
13 pounds.
Wow.
And that's what we like to see. And that's what brings people like yourself and all these guys here from out of town that are
Oh, yeah.
around the area.
Yeah, from all
and,
over.
yeah, from all over. They're interested in these big fish.
Well, you tell people, you know, how was the fishing? Oh, you know, it was good. We got some 7s, some 8s, some 10s.
They're looking at you
Yeah, they
strange,
go
you know,
right-
like, well, no, walleyes are 2 pounds. No, not here they're not.
No.
2 pound fish here they're common, but I've seen it in some year classes out here in some years where if you got a 2 pound fish, we would actually wrestle, see who's going to take it home.
To take it home, yeah.
Because all these 6, 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s,
Yeah, it's
12s,
nice to release them.
We would put them all back because they're getting to that size where they're great to catch.
Oh, yeah.
But for table fare, no,
Yeah.
they're not your best table fare.
You know, if you're planning on being a serious ice fisherman and you're going to be fishing throughout the winter, especially when the ice gets thick, you'll want to invest in a good power auger. Now, Rapala has a series of 2 great power augers. One is called the Black Ice. It's a little bit bigger than this, a little bit stronger. This is the Vortex, and it's very lightweight. It's actually about 22 or 23 pounds. It has very good auger cutters and a really good blade at the bottom. Also, what I like about this unit is you can see that the tank is clear, so you can actually see how much fuel you have in it. There's no need to use an actual fuel gauge. Also, you can see where the fuel goes through the line and where the actual primer bulb is right there. So I'm going to push the primer bulb a couple times. You also have to make sure that the air vent is open. So when you're transporting any auger, you want to make sure that's tight so you don't get fuel on everything. But you have to make sure that you get a little bit of airflow in there. Okay, so make sure that you prime it so that you see that the fuel is inside the line. And then on the Rapala auger, they've got a really nice system. There's an on-off switch here. Right now it's off. I'm going to push it on, and I already have the choke on, and there's the run position. So I'll push the choke down. Now look at this. Isn't that a nice handle? Even if I had big mitts on, I can still start this unit and put my hand in there. So you hold on to it. If your buddies with you. He can hold on to the other side. And a good auger should start on the first pull. So once you have the auger running, let it warm up a little bit. Right now it's on choke. I'm going to put it up in the running position. Got that nice hum to it. And now you're ready to cut your hole. We've got about 20 minutes of light left, and I got another hog on. You know, this is amazing. I fished with Richard Somerville for many years, and he knows the fish here in the Bay of Quinte, I'll tell you. I think he follows them around. I know he does, actually, because to be on big fish like this consistently, look at this fish fight. I'm kind of rushing it here. I didn't call for him because I know he's trying to fish prime time. If I can get the head. Hold on, come on. You know, these big fish, you got to pin against the side. Look at Mulligan. Isn't that a nice walleye? Wow. Good fish. Look at that. You can see how golden that sun is. Mulligan, look. That's a big walleye. Yeah. Tastes good, eh? What a gorgeous fish. You know, these fish are up in the 28, 29, almost 30-inch range. You can see how healthy they are. Man. You just get the hook out. That little fin, that lure from Rapala is working so well. This guy was hooked right in the side of the mouth. And those big hooks, just like Richard uses, work really well. Isn't that a nice fish? I'll try getting two hands there. Hopefully it won't fly out of my hands. Look at that. What a sight. Right here on the Bay of Quinte. We're just about a half an hour drive from Belleville. And we're fishing Big Bay. And you can see there's probably other fishermen in the background. You know, I've had my friends with me from the Niagara Peninsula today, and we've had such a great time. Mulligan, are you going to say goodbye to this fish? Ready? Yeah, one more lick. I'm going to put it in the water. Oh, and you know what? It is gone. Oh, it's starting to get cooler. Mulligan, we're going to have to go in the hut soon.
Canadian sport fishing is brought to you by Suffix, the world's most hardcore fishing line. Yamaha Outboards, reliability starts here. Sail, the outdoors superstore. Fisher Girl, catch the passion.
I hook my minnow up a little bit differently than Italo. Italo runs his across two hooks. I run mine across one. I don't know if that was the difference today of him catching more fish than myself, because actually what it does, by doing that, you change the style, you change the action of your spoon by hooking up your minnow a different way. So. And I found I've experimented with different types of spoons, and it changes the action on your spoon. So maybe I've been hooking it up wrong today. I don't know, but he's just had that one little advantage on me today, but it's been nice. It's been a good day.